Ladies and gentlemen, it's sad. It's a sad day for all Ghanaians because if you go online, it was reported about an hour ago that an helicopter has been bent beyond recognition after a crash inside Adanse Brofuyedru, a suburb in the Ashanti region of Ghana. This is a report from the City newsroom, and I read: military helicopter crashes in Ashanti region. A military helicopter has reportedly crashed in the Ashanti region, Adanse Krofom district of the Ashanti region, with initial reports indicating that some passengers on board have been burnt to death. The incident occurred on Wednesday, 6 August, but details remain scant as emergency response teams raced to the scene. Authorities have yet to confirm the cause of the crash or release a full list of those on board. In a brief statement, the Ghana Armed Forces (GAF) stated that the helicopter identified as a Z9 has reportedly gone off the radar after taking off on the morning of Wednesday, 6 August 2025. The aircraft was headed to Obuasi when contact was lost. This is the report from the Ghana Armed Forces that indicates that a military helicopter has gone off the radar the early hours of this morning. And I read: missing Ghana Air Force Z9 helicopter. A GAF Ghana Armed Forces helicopter Z9 took off this morning at 9 a.m. from Accra heading to Obuasi is currently off the radar. All effort is being made to establish contact. On board were 3 crew and 5 passengers. Further details yet to be communicated. Eyewitness and people at the scene when the incidents happened have shown videos that we can put in there that the helicopter has been burnt to ashes. There's no traces that we are going to identify that this particular helicopter that we are talking about, because it has been burnt totally to ashes. So we had to take the Ghana Armed Forces to issue a communique telling us that the Armed Forces helicopter Z9 took off the radar, and that is what is happening inside somewhere in the Ashanti region. So it's reported that it's moving from Accra all the way to Obuasi. But the sad part of the story is that when you go online, it is reported from various media platforms that the helicopter crash involves the Defense Minister, Dr. Omane Boamah, and 3 others. That be where the story Ankasadi. But we don't have much details to the story. It has not been confirmed whether he's in there, whether he survived, whether he was part, or whatever is happening. This is just a report from GH1 that we saw early hours of this morning, but it's reported and it's been proven that the helicopter that was moving from Accra all the way to Obuasi has crashed and the helicopter has been burnt to ashes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have full updates on the story as we speak, and it's live from the Jubilee House press conference that was held by the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah, has given further details on the 8 persons that were in the Ghana Armed Forces helicopter that crashed in the early hours of today inside Adanse in the Ashanti region of Ghana. And it's so sad for me to break the news to you that every single person that was in the flight has lost their lives.
Involving the crash of a military helicopter this morning around the Adanse area in Ashanti region. Government regrets to announce the demise of the following persons in the tragic crash: Dr. Edward Kofi Omane Boamah, Minister for Defense; Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, MP, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology; Alhaji Muniru Mohammed Lemona, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator and former Minister for Food and Agriculture; Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress; and Mr. Samuel Abuaji, a former parliamentary candidate; Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flying Officer Manin Chum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah. The President and government extends our condolences and sympathies to the families of our comrades and the servicemen who died in service to the country.
We have 5 passengers and then 3 crew members. The details and the people that were on board are as follows: Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Minister for Environment and Science, that's the MP for Tamale Central; Edward Omane Boamah, Defense Minister; Alhaji Muniru Mohammed, Acting Deputy of National Security and then a former Minister for Food and Agric; Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the NDC, Samuel Abuaje, former parliamentary candidate of the NDC, and the 3 crew members are as follows. Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, and the Flying Officer Menin Trum Ampedu, and then we have Sergeant Ernest Adomensa. It is so sad for me to announce to you, it's been confirmed by the Chief of Staff that all persons that were involved in the helicopter that crashed today have lost their lives. Just like that. 8 persons. Just like that. We wish their family and every single person, like this, the whole country has been affected, and you could see the devastating nature of our parliamentarians or our leaders who are at the press conference today, their reaction and everything towards the news, because this is not something that we actually expected. More details will be given to where they were going and how it happened, but the Chief of Staff was focused on the 8 persons that were involved on board in the helicopter that crashed today inside the Ashanti region. So when we get more details, we are going to let you guys know, but for now, this is the breaking news, and this is the tragic incident that has hit the country, Ghana, today. And it's a very sad day for all Ghanaians. Everyone, wish the family and everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just end it here. But this is the update, or this is what happened today on August 6th, 2025. We out.